thank you once again for all of you who are joined the session. Okay, a warm welcome on a Thursday afternoon to all of you. I'm going to keep this very short and crisp, okay? And 15 minutes I will have open for questions and answers. 45 minutes I'm going to take you through, okay, what is Agile? Okay, what do you mean by practices, methodologies? What is CSM? What is its origin? What it offers? What is Disciplined Agile? What it offers? And I'm going to do a very crispy or a detailed, in fact, differences between CSM and Disciplined Agile, and end it with the journey with Disciplined Agile. So that's what I'm going to take care today. A little bit about us. Okay, we are primarily into learning services and do a lot of learnings. Modus of learnings are e-learning, online learning, classroom, corporate, plus we do consulting, plus we have a rich content, a bookstore as well. Some accolades, okay, for us. Yeah, Venkat is saying that there is some issue with audio. Can you guys hear me, everyone? Are you facing the issue with audio? Anyone? Everyone is good? Can someone respond? Okay here, Anto, thank you. It's okay. Mobin, yeah, hi, yeah. Very nice. Okay, super. So, great. So, a little bit about us. We are very proud to have IIM Ahmedabad also as one of our customers. So, that's would be great. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't want to take more time. This is our bookstore site along with the rich content called talkprojectmanagement.com. Okay, you can go there and have a look on that. The webinar calendar, and we will be publishing the November calendar in a couple of days as well. So we have our October and November calendars already there. You can register for the upcoming webinars as well. Super. Now let's start with Agile and Agility. Agile and Agility are two different things, but now people, why they want Agile is getting popular. So I have taken this. Okay, this is a very popular research, and I think the Scrum Alliance has done this. And one of the reasons, and I will tell you one anecdote that we are also facing. We are talking with a giant IT organization in India, and one of their pain points is the first one, because their customers, it's a captive unit, and their customers are asking, like, you need to respond faster because, okay, the business is very dynamic nowadays. Okay, how to make it more faster? Faster is not only the speed of delivery, it's also to deliver the right, okay, things at the right time. Okay, so that is also means faster. Faster is not only giving whatever it is and with defects or something. So how to accelerate software delivery? Okay, and therefore, okay, how to be better at productivity? So these are some of the, okay, reasons why Agile is getting more popular, or the Agile stream of work is getting more popular. My objective is not to go into the details of that. That can be a separate thing altogether. Okay, so my idea is to actually get into, okay, my idea is get into a little more details about the certified Scrum Master and the Disciplined Agile Scrum Master. That's what is the idea. Super. So with this context, let me tell you that Agile as a landscape, is pretty vast. With the same, okay, a client where we were talking earlier, okay, we started to tell them that, okay, this is a good starting point to do that, like say Scrum. And now we started phasing out the journey for the client. Now there were many stakeholders in the on the client side, and of course they went to the internet, tried to search things what they can do in Agile, because they wanted to transform to accelerate software delivery. So when many people went to the internet, they found a lot of information about Agile. They said that, why don't we do this part, okay, like a safe or a scaled Agile? What about, okay, ATDT? You know, a lot of terms, acceptance test development. What was it? No, that came up with so many terms, Agile modeling, okay, test-driven development. Okay, how we can know? They started asking questions. With more information, we started our engagement last May with this client, and by October they had so much of information that they got confused rather than enlightened. What to do next? We are still engaging with the client today as well, but this landscape is pretty huge. Okay, you don't know what to do next, and therefore a good coach or a wise person or an experienced guy can help you a lot in the agility, okay, to achieve your agility. Okay, agility, okay, I will define as we go, but to achieve agility, and that's why organizations, okay, use agile practices. When in 2001, 20 years, almost 20 years back, when they started this, okay, 20 years back, the manifesto, where the Agile movement was kind of recognized and started, okay, long time, because things have changed in the last 20 years. Okay, Agile manifesto doesn't talk about any practices or methodology. It talks about the principles and values, right? But when I implement something in your organization, okay, when I start implementing something in your organization, it is not only, okay, how you respond to the change. Do you have it in you to actually take on Agile? Because doing Agile is much effective than just doing a training or certain things. Okay, so it involves not only implementing Agile, it involves a lot of other factors, cultural changes, a lot of things. So as an organization, you should know what you're capable of achieving, okay, and what is the impact of doing things, right? So this is about Agile, okay. Now, just to before I go into Certified Scrum Master and Disciplined Agile Scrum Master, I wanted to put a little bit of a definition thought on what is a methodology. Okay, many of you might be aware at this moment what is that, but let me give you a proper dictionary meaning of methodology. Okay, it is a set of ideas, I'm just reading it, or procedures followed over and over again to deliver a known result, like a project. Okay, you do it consistently, right? Okay, methodology. Practice is a set of guidelines, okay, or rules that you will do to manage a project. We are talking in the project context, so I'm using the word project. If I have to put the proper definition, how it is different from methodology, like many people use your, say, a PMP, which is very popular, and use your own tailoring method to create your own methodology. So practice for adoption becomes your methodology. And then there is called a toolkit. Toolkit is a tool, okay. Kit is a lot of tools, okay, to enable you to help make decisions using the various practices. So the practices are there. The toolkit helps you to take decisions using the practice. Why? For a better outcome. So toolkit is an enabler. Practice is a guideline. set of rules. Methodology is what you perform using the practices. So this is what is practices and methodology. I hope you get it. Now I will come to Scrum. I think many of you know this picture, okay? And that's where the Scrum part has been evolved. I think, this is a rugby game, and this position actually is called the Scrum, where, okay, you start. I'm not a big follower of rugby. I stay in India, so much away from rugby. Okay, I'm not neither a big follower of cricket as such, which is a religion, a separate religion in India. But this rugby is this position where you start the game again, okay, from the starting point is called a scrum, where the two teams, okay, are in the set position to start a game. So every point you start a game with this set position, which is called scrum, okay. Now, just to tell you the origins of Scrum and therefore the Certified Scrum Master. Certified Scrum Master is the most popular certification in Agile, right? So the Scrum actually started, in 1986, okay? And I have gone through a lot of, okay, let me come back on that. I have gone through a lot of these agile certifications, agile books, and I think as a practitioner, I have fascinated by lean and agile has origins of lean. So what I know, if I had to make a general statement without offending anyone, okay, agile is based with lean concepts packaged very well into, say, a lean into agile. So it has evolved. Okay, the first time, okay, it was done by two Japanese guys, okay, in 1986, okay, to talk about agile or a scrum and use the term scrum, okay, as a framework. And then late 80s, and these are the two pioneers, Sutherland and Schwaber, okay, they took this methodology and presented a paper, I guess, in 1995. And then in 2001, the 17 guys came and prepared the manifesto. 2002, Scrum Alliance formed, okay, and then there was a breakaway faction in 2009 where it is called Professional Scrum. So scrum.org came, okay, as a breakaway faction. And first time, like a PMBOK guide, 2010, the first Scrum guide came. So Certified Scrum Master is offered by Scrum Alliance. It is the oldest kind of a certification in the Agile world. Of course, Agile can be taken as back as 1950s as well, where you have done the way Agile is practiced today in iterations. But the meaning, the name, the concept, everything is this history that I just made it a little shortened history for you guys. So let's go into details. What is Certified Scrum Master and what is Disciplined Agile Scrum Master? In a Certified Scrum Master, okay, by the way, I have done both. Okay, so I have done both this certification. So I can talk with little more authority, although I'm a Disciplined Agile Scrum Master. Earlier name was Certified Disciplined Agilest recently. Now, Scrum Master was done a little years back. But with webinar, I did some research to come up with things. Okay, so Certified Scrum Master. Okay, these are the key areas, and they have put the syllabus into these key areas. The first is talking about the Agile Manifesto and what is Scrum. So they talk about the Scrum roles, the Scrum ceremonies, the events, etc. in the first part, which is a major part. Okay, and if you are not aware of Agile, it looks like a good different world and new concepts, which makes a lot of relevance for you guys. Sorry. And then they talk about focus, then shifts to Scrum Master, because we are talking of a Certified Scrum Master. What should be their competencies? What he should do, service to the development team, he is called a servant leader, a nice term, and I love that term. Okay. So servant leader, no, you actually serve the team so that as a unit we achieve the outcomes, and so the focus then becomes on the Scrum Master, where you talk about his competencies, what he should do, and I have a slide on that. And then there are different roles. The main roles is the Scrum Master, the product owner, and the development team. Okay, so the idea is that how he can actually coordinate or serve the product owner and his team, and how he can actually coordinate and liaison with the development team. And therefore, the last one is that because what he's doing, how the organization benefits, so service to the organization, how he inculcate the values of Scrum in the organization. So this is your nutshell of a CSM certification. This is what is the areas covered in the CSM certification. If I go a little further, a little more detail onto this, okay, the main part which you get introduced if you are pretty new, it talks about, like I said, a lot about the Scrum as well. These are the three roles, like I told you, the development team and the Scrum Master and product owners. The product owner is a representative of the business, and that's how that requirements come through that. And the rest of them is a nice terminologies, okay, nice way of defining, okay, they have their unique, okay, terminologies which make them a little more unique about what they are doing, and they have actually evangelized and propagated across the Agile community. So a lot of people use these terms as well, and we call it ceremonies as well. So if you see this, the purple ones are the ceremonies. These are the things we are supposed to do every time we do that. And the more disciplined you are and to do, that's better. So they actually advise you to do these ceremonies. They advise you to do this, some events. You need to do this daily stand-up meeting, and this is how you should conduct. So kind of a purist attitude. If you do this, 10 things right, probably you will get a better outcome. That's what is advocated in the Scrum, and that's where we are. So my idea is not to go into what is this iteration or a sprint and know how to go about that, but this is what they say. So you start with the planning meeting, then you start the sprint, and then every day you have a daily stand-up meeting, okay, and then you have a review of the sprint. Sprint is a 2 to 4 weeks or even 1 to 4 weeks project cycle. Okay, you can call it a project cycle, and that's what you do. Okay, and then you retrospect, what has gone bad, right, in this, how I can improve further in this, for the next sprint. You do that. So this is what you do in your Scrum cycles. Okay, so the focus here, in fact, for the certification is on the Scrum Master. Okay, the focus becomes more on the Scrum Master, what he is supposed to do. Like, for example, he is facilitating the Scrum event. So he is not, if you come from a traditional organization, okay, where the mindset project manager is accountable for the project, fundamental mindset shift here is the Scrum Master is not accountable for the project. The team is accountable, okay, to deliver the outcomes. But the Scrum Master plays a very important role. Sometimes he gets into a coaching role, and the idea of the Scrum Master is to ensure that team is having no impediments, okay, no interruptions, no hurdles, okay, and idea is that they understand what the business wants. So he coordinates between the product owner. I'm trying to simplify, okay, I'm not using big words here, but they coordinates between the product owner and the team. So he actually is a good bridge between these two. Okay, so he is a wise mentor for the team, okay, a soundboard to the team, okay, he gives direction to the team, okay, ensures that the team performs at the best ability, okay, but he is not the project manager, okay. because project manager comes with authority, accountability to deliver the project, and that's one of the fundamental shift when you do the Scrum Master. But coming to a CSM certification, okay, your focus is being on the Scrum Master. That's what it is, right? Now, having learned all this about the Certified Scrum Master certification, okay, and giving a glimpse, I'll come to differences. Now, let's go into what is disciplined agile, okay? Like Scrum, when I went into Scrum, the Scrum was about a practice. Right? I would like to call it a practice. People use frameworks as a term, but let us keep it a practice, right? Okay, that's a good practice to do certain things in a way. Now, disciplined agile is a toolkit. I told you what is a toolkit. Like it enables to take you decisions for a better outcome. Now it is a hybrid toolkit. Hybrid means it actually takes care of the entire landscape of the agile. And these guys, Mark Lyons and Scott Ambler, who are the founders, have actually studied for the last more than 10 years, I think, because disciplined agile is actually legally operational for 8 years, but before that they were working more than 10 years, studied a lot of these practices, okay, and chosen the ones which are effective given their situation, and so that you can take decisions given your situation. What is the best decision you will take, and what can be your considerations if you take this decision? Suppose you are starting, you're new to agile, and they will say that, okay, use Scrum for that as a practice. Now, if you do Scrum, they will tell that what are the positives, probably no consideration, positives and the options that you have, negatives using the Scrum. So disciplined agile gives you different options, decisions, guidelines, depending on what situation you are in. That's awesome, because when I did disciplined agile, what the first thing it came to my mind, oh wow, so there is somebody like a wise person or a coach who has gone through so many things, and he is telling me what to given the situation. That takes me off from a process thinking point of view. I don't have to think about the administrative things or the process oriented things. I can actually focus on the work, because as a team I need to actually develop the product, or I need to do my work. I don't have to think about which process will be best, whether the user story, user modeling, what I should build a persona. I don't know which estimation I should check. I don't want to do and try and do trial and error method. If somebody has done it, he will say that these are the 3 things you know, and you continue with that. Imagine if somebody tells these are the best 5 things to do, and you continue with that, it will be much quicker, better, and your outcomes will be more effective, isn't it? This actually drew my attention. So disciplined agile is a hybrid toolkit. And if I have to give you a 60,000 high level view about that, it comes with 8 principles. So for this webinar, I actually put it on my LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a very good professional community. And to my fortune, okay, Mark Lyons, who is the founder, I put it in Disciplined Agile group. He said that's a very good topic, and he commented on the topic, and he said Disciplined Agile is a very good combination of Lean, Scrum, and Disciplined Agile. When you talk, so I think I should make this point. So that was a brilliant summary of Disciplined Agile by Mark Lyons, who is the founder. I think I should have put it at 8 o'clock, because I could have got some more audience, since he has put that comment on my LinkedIn. This post that I had. So Disciplined Agile, okay, And why I'm saying this, because Disciplined Agile actually talks of different 8 principles. When it was in 2001, when we started Scrum, I think the world had changed a lot. After COVID, it is going to change drastically a lot. Things would be more dynamic. We call it VUCA, volatile, complex, ambiguous. And the organizations are not only concerned about, okay, this project is agile or not. The organization is concerned because the organization is agile or not, right? So the idea of disciplined agile is that it's targeting the project as well as, okay, to bring business agility in the organization as well. So that's what it is targeting. So it is actually using this principles to bring that agility for the organization. So when I say optimize the flow or organize around products and services, it is using very effectively the lean concepts to do this. Because the value or the flow of work is not vertical, it's horizontal. So marketing is doing something, then it goes to development, and development it goes to sales team, okay, and then maybe to IT operations, etc. So the flow is horizontal, but many organizations choose to see vertical controlling factors. So the idea is not only the project should be successful, why we are doing the project, so that the organization also is agile. Discipline agile solves that problem. Okay, it gives you various panacea solutions depending on what is the context. So they have one principle called context counts. Okay, so all these 8 principles are linked with each other. Okay, and that's what it makes an awesome kind of a toolkit. So Discipline Agile has a lot of things. The focus doesn't get limited only to Scrum Master. Scrum Master, I think they have introduced this term because a lot of organizations feel that the acceptance is very high when you use the word Scrum Master. Although Disciplined Agile tries to be agnostic, but the market demand is that people lap on the Scrum Master because Scrum Master is a popular certification. So they have also used that term, and therefore there is a nomenclature change, as I understand. But it uses a lot of things. Like there are a lot of process blades, process goals, and my objective is not to go in deep into that, but you are doing a lot of things. So here I would like to quote Mark Lyons saying that Disciplined Agile is a good combination of Lean, Scrum, and Disciplined Agile. So that's what makes it a lethal kind of a thing, right? So Disciplined Agile, okay, comes with a lot of things, okay, a lot of life cycles to choose, okay. It is you can actually implement as a scaled agile, means you can implement throughout the organization as well. You can implement for a single project as well, right? So when I say business agility, and that's where I said that I define that, the business agility means, okay, whether you can pivot means change direction or rapidly adapt to market changes in a cost effective way. How soon you can deliver value. Okay, as an organization, how soon you can deliver value. I do not mean less, you deliver the right value. How soon in the changing environment. It's called business agility or enterprise agility. So Disciplined Agile focuses on that. It is designed for that. Just checking my time, okay. So great. So I think I am going as per my time schedule because I want to wrap up a lot of things in that 45 minutes. Okay, I want to deliver value for you guys. So let me come to the topic of discussion. And in a nutshell, I want to tell you this. When I talk about a CSM certification, okay, this is designed for a project team. Okay, it is a good starting point. Point number 3. So if you are new to Agile, what to do next? Okay, Scrum is, and Disciplined Agile also tells that it is a good starting point. They actually advocate, okay, Scrum life cycle as a starting point, given that you are new to Agile. But it cannot be your permanent thing. As you grow, you develop, okay, and you actually achieve a little mastery. Maybe you can shift to maybe a lean life cycle. I'm just okay thinking aloud. Depends on the situation. So DSM is designed for project team as well as enterprise. How it can be, because you don't want a project team to be agile. Okay, project team interacts with various other teams. It's a complex organization. It interacts with operations. It may interact with finance. It may interact with the portfolio team. It may interact with the marketing sales team. It may interact with R&D team. You can't only be agile and the rest are like doing different things, right? So you need to have some options or some guidance for other teams so that as a unit you can be agile. So DSM is designed for project team and enterprise, and it's good for any situation, including the starting point. So it advocates the starting point should be Scrum. Now CSM is, because it's a new, you need prescription, right? If you go to the doctor, okay, you don't know how to deal with this. No, it's good that someone tells you these 3 things you do. This is good. Scrum is that. It's a prescription-based method. Whereas DSM is a toolkit to implement Agile depending on the situation. So when I say prescription, like some purists always say that have your I have heard this that have your sprint not more than 2 weeks, otherwise you will go wrong. Don't change the things what is given to you. Otherwise, you will blame on the bad practice. Whereas sometimes this is good because if you're new, that's good. But DSM goes very broad. It says that they actually confess that it is not complete, and as the situation is there, they are going to add more process blades or more options. Okay, it is not complete at all, and we will evolve. That's what it says. Okay, so when it talks about certification, it's completely focused on what the Scrum Master needs to be doing. Whereas here, the certification is focused, okay, a lot of concepts, including the Scrum Master. The CSM particularly talks about Scrum, the roles, ceremony, events, etc. Whereas the DSM is a good combination. I've taken this from Mark Lyons, Lean and Scrum and Disciplined Agile. That's what is DSM. So you get a lot of this knowledge value, and I love it. If I come to CSM, it is running for last approximately 20-18 years, okay, and it's the most popular certification in Agile currently. Whereas DSM has a good novelty factor. It's new, but backed now by PMI. So it has a good penetration level. I think somebody has asked a question. Okay. Shiva, just hold on for 5 minutes. I complete this slide and then I will actually help you with the answers, if you don't mind. Right. Okay. So let me sorry. Right. So CSM, most popular, DSM, new certification in Agile, we are getting a good response. We started the DSM or the CDA certifications in August, okay, and we are getting a very good, reasonable response having it as a new. And I think with PMI, evangelizing, going across, it will grow like anything because PMI has a good penetration across organizations. One of the things about CSM is that there is an assessment till 2010. Okay, anyone who were taking training in Certified Scrum Master was becoming a Certified Scrum Master. So a lot of this organization and a lot of these practitioners or experts of CMM started objecting because no, attending a training doesn't make you a master. So what's the point of training? So they included a assessment factor, which is like an exam, but it's an open book exam. So you will see that anyone who attends the CSM will get certified more or less. But that doesn't necessitate that you have understood the CSM. So that's a big worry. Whereas PMI based exams, okay, you need to actually study. That's for sure. Now, this point cannot be taken away. That's what is the charm of getting a PMI based certification. If you're talking about certification, there is an exam and you need to study to crack the exam. It is not tough as PMP, of course, or even ACP. In CSM, there is no standardization of materials. Okay, so that becomes a little inconsistent. Whereas here the DSM, okay, has a lot of standardization, and there are DA partners, and the PM has changed the way they operate now. They are authorizing the partners to nominate the instructors, so which is good. Now, in CSM, there are different certifications in the Scrum Alliance. Like you can do a product owner, you can do a development team. CSM is there. Okay. Whereas disciplined agile, there is a journey, and the starting point is a DSM. Then you can go and become a coach or a value stream consultant. So there is a growth path for a person who wants to be starting with a DSM. So I tried to develop a lot of differences and similarities between a CSM and a DSM. Right. There are some questions. Okay. Okay. So maybe, okay, just hold on for 5 minutes, Shiva, and I will actually answer and entertain with all the questions here. Okay. I got a couple of questions. So let me just go into 5 minutes and I will actually open it for questions and answers. So earlier, the journey was first you become certified disciplined agilist, and then there was a disciplined agilist lean scrum master. We call it DLSM, and then there was a coach or instructor. But probably in October, they are going to change, and the first starting point will be DSM. And whoever is a CDA, they are going to map it to a DSM. Okay. So they're going to map it and migrate it because okay, so I will already get migrated. I don't have this nomenclatures. We'll get it probably in November or December whenever they do that. But this is what it is, the new journey. They will have different growth path, and this is the journey. They included also an ACP. So if you go to our site, ProThoughtsSolutions.com, you will find another webinar I've taken. What is the difference between a DA, Disciplined Agile, and ACP? And ACP right now, okay, will lose its kind of sheen as per me in the coming years. Okay, they have maintained it as a part of Disciplined Agile, but I don't think they will get more importance as they roll out Disciplined Agile on that. You can listen to my webinar and a talk. Even there is a blog article on the differences of PMI, ACP, and Disciplined Agile. So we talk a lot about these differences, similarities, contents, etc. about the different certifications. Before I answer your question, there are some questions I have preempted. So is it worth doing both the certifications? In my mind, there is no need to do that. DSM, if you do it, it covers the Scrum Master thing as well. If you're only focused on doing Scrum Master, go for CSM because it's cheaper. Why two different certifications same? Okay, Scrum Master is the common thing. Like I explained you, it has a good acceptance from the industry. Therefore, the name Scrum Master. PM has also used DSM. And The difference is they're offered by two different institutes. One is offered by Scrum Alliance. The DASM is offered by PMI, Project Management Institute. Third, are there any prerequisites of being a CSM or DSM? Okay, none prerequisites. You can do this. Starting point. You can, if you have knowledge, it helps. Okay, starting point for agile journey. Okay, if you can either become a DSM or a CSM. If you ask me, I done both. Disciplined Agile opens a new world for us, and we strongly support PMI on their certificate journey. We have been a PMI proponent. Having said that, there would be a little bias from my side, but Disciplined Agile is definitely much more than a CSM, and it opens a new world of doing this. Right. Okay. Now, like I said, no, we do a lot of content and a lot of this. No, we are one of the premier partners and the only premium partners of Disciplined Agile in India. There are at least, I think, 3 across the world. We are one of them, and therefore we do a lot of things which can, develop a lot of content for Disciplined Agile and a lot of updates for you guys. So if you are interested to know more, okay, I'm just going to minimize my screen and going to send you a link, okay, so that you can join if you wish in our group. Okay, so let me put it in the chat. This is the link to the certification group, so you can actually join the group. Okay, there are already some 50 users. You can actually be part of them, contribute as a practitioner of Disciplined Agile. Okay, we have courses starting on this Saturday and the next batch on November. Okay, on Disciplined Agile Lean Scrum Master. Okay, the name will change to Disciplined Agile Senior Scrum Master as PMI announces it. I would advocate to do it before so that you can actually get more benefits. Okay, so that's one of the things. Okay, this is our logo for the premium partner of Disciplined Agile. You can go to our webinar calendar, okay, on topprojectmanagement.com. There are more webinars on Disciplined Agile and project management. For this year, we are having it free webinars for all of you. And you can always connect to our LinkedIn, ProThoughts, LinkedIn and Facebook. You will get a lot of trends. PMI changing to ATP, it's going to be a new world. So happy you will we put a lot of content. You will get a lot of content to your mobiles and your devices if you follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook. This is something which we have started for corporates. Okay, 1 hour sessions. Currently, we are happy to do it free if there is a good audience. Okay, and we actually, you have your lunch while we give you some GAN or knowledge on Agile. So this is, we have worked with 2 corporates so far to turn their Friday mood into a motivated learning session. So this is one initiative from ProThoughts. And Shiva and others, okay, happy now to answer the questions that you may have on this. Okay, so let me just type in your questions panel. Everyone, whoever is having questions on this, happy to answer each and every question to my best of my ability. So Shiva, there is a question. Is it correct to say DA is to choose the appropriate agile methodology, Lean Scrum to a project in a business? Yes, it is very appropriate, Shiva, that DA actually helps you to decide and choose the appropriate methodology or a practice, or a life cycle, they call it, Lean Scrum, as per your business situation. It is much more than that, but to answer a question, yes. So it might work, one project you might work for Scrum, the other project it can be a Lean, there are 7 life cycles Disciplined Agile currently proposes. The 8th one is a value stream, which will come soon. Okay, what is Anto Xavier? Okay, you asked, okay, what is one main difference between PMI, SAP and CSM and DSM? Oh, okay. You should hear my talk. There are actually a lot of differences. Okay. PMI SAP talks about a lot of practices, not a single practice. So they give, the idea is on practical application. Okay. And they cover a lot of practices in PMI SAP, whereas DSM and CSM is designed to do something different. Okay. So the focus is not so good in PMI SAP. It's like covers a lot of things. Okay, the idea is to take what you can take and implement in your Agile. Please go to the website. Okay, and I will you can get a lot of details on that. Okay, great. A lot of questions. Okay, Venkat is asking, what are the broad concepts covered by DA other than Scrum? I think I took a slide on that. These are the lot of concepts, Venkat. If you can check, process grade, process goals, okay, scaling of Agile, program life cycle, lean, okay, how you actually choose your way of working, what is minimum incremental value, what is, there are a lot of things that you covered. So it is not about a single thing. There is much more than this, okay, but I try to put it the key things here. Okay, I am a ACP certified. Am I eligible for a DA coach or a DA VSC certification? So, okay, Kapil, now currently, okay, the starting point is DASM. So you need to do the Certified Disciplined Agilest or the DASM, Disciplined Agile Scrum Master. That's where the journey starts. Now, if you are a SAP in the current context, at the moment, 8 October, whatever, 2 o'clock, what I'm trying to say, if you are a SAP, you need to fill a form and you might get a CDA, which is Certified Disciplined Agile Practitioner. This is going to be mapped to Disciplined Agile Senior Scrum Master. Okay. And then the next part would be, you can be eligible for a DA coach. That DA coach and a DA VSC is not still announced on that. They will have prerequisites. Okay, so prerequisite comes of the experience in Agile. So being SAP and getting a DASSM would also be a prerequisite. So that's how it will be. Okay, Mobin is asking, considering organization agility requirements, I have researched for DA partners. How do I find ProThoughts more aligned to PMI vision? Oh, thank you, Mobin. Okay, so Mobin is complimenting us. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, we need to give you a form, but only after you become the CDA. It can't be no. So there is a process to be followed, Kapil. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. How often DSM certification need to be renewed? Okay, yearly, but you don't have to give an exam. That's what I understand. Cool. Okay. Super. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, great. Okay. So I hope that your power lunch session webinar was effective for you. You can take away certain things for yourself. Okay. And see, I'm sure that it will be useful for you to know about things. Information is always good to have. So if there are no more questions, yeah, my pleasure, Shiva. My pleasure, Shiva. Okay, happy to help you there. Now, I would like to do a couple of polls, if you don't mind. Okay, one would be, if you can just give me your, and then we will actually have this. So read PMP as a DA. Okay, read PMP as a DA. I want everyone to be attempting this. Only 21% voted. Okay, come on, everyone. Only 50%. Okay, you need to one click, guys. You need to help me with that. 64. 30 seconds more. Please do this. 36% not doing it. That's around 10 people. No, I don't know. 36. Okay. Come on, guys. Last 5 seconds. Thank you. Great. We went to 90%. Thank you so much. I'm closing this poll and I'm going to have one more poll. And this is again a very quick one. More, please. 71%. I need at least 90%. Then only I will close. Okay, 2 more seconds and I'm closing it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your little effort there. And if you have any questions about anything, this is the number, and you can mail us at info@prothoughts.co.in. Okay, we'll be happy to help you with any questions. You can, okay, kind of connect me on LinkedIn. Nowadays, I am also good on LinkedIn. We can also, you can send me a message directly as well. Happy to answer. Okay, depending on what is the question, happy to answer and help you there as well. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, for your time, and I hope it was valuable for all of you. Okay. Okay, there are some questions. Is this certification really required? Will practicing DA would be fine? Yeah, you certification. So Narendra, we can actually talk separately on this, but certification gives you a stamp of authority. You will learn more in a structured way, which you can use in practice, which probably may not happen in your day-to-day kind of work. But you can start with knowing something and practicing, and probably at a later point of time you can do certification. But certification has various other advantages. Many people do certification for a career jump or good promotion. Okay, kind of or job switch, etc. It's a proof of professional achievement. So you have the various other benefits other than the knowledge in the certification. I would say that certification provides you the knowledge, which is very important, and in a very structured way, which you may not get it during your reading or whatsoever. But you can try it out. Yeah, I hope I answered, Narendra, your question. Cool. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.